Look at the green
Can you see
screen.
yourself?
Yeah, I can.
All right, I'm gonna pop out. You can take off your mask. All right, it's gonna go for about 30 minutes. All right.
Without a doubt.
Appreciate it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's Super Bowl 55 media availability with Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive lineman William Gholston. As a reminder to media, please use the raise your hand function in order to ask a question. With that being said, we'll start with Ashton Edmonds of ESPN's The Undefeated.
How you doing, William?
How you doing? I'm all right.
Pretty good. First of all, congratulations on making it to the Super Bowl, man. I wanted to ask, as we know it is Black History Month, I just wanted to know what this month meant to you.
It's a tremendous month for me. Well, especially with everything that's going on now in society, to be able to pass because I have little boys, pass the education on all of the Black leaders and all of the things that's not necessarily passed every day. I got my oldest son is 8 years old. He's reading books every day. Right now, he's on the Rosa Parks book. Tomorrow, if he finishes the Rosa Parks today, tomorrow he has an MLK. To me, it just strengthens the knowledge for them to be understand where your ancestors came from and what they've done to be able to pave the way for you to be who you are and what you can do.
Next question will come from Brooke Pryor of ESPN.
Hey, William, I wanted to ask you about working with Coach Lowe. And since she joined the staff, what are some of the traits that you've noticed about her and her coaching style that make her so effective?
She's tough as nails. She doesn't let the stigma of her being a woman affect anything that happens as far as her coaching. She coaches you hard. She coaches you good. She love up on you, but she gets you ready and prepared at the end of the day.
Next question will come from Nora Princiati of The Ringer.
Hey, William, I appreciate you taking the time. I am curious if you'll offer just the perspective of a defensive player. You're about to go up against the Chiefs, who have such a great record at converting third and longs, like 3rd and 10 plus, just those moments when you might think you've got an offense wrapped up and then they've had a knack for finding a way to get out of those. Can you just describe kind of what that feels like without mincing words? I imagine it's not fun and you don't want to give those ones up.
You never want to let anybody extend their plays, but they are very good and explosive at extending plays and buying time to be able to convert. It's a very frustrating feeling being on defense to get them in a 3rd and long or anything like that, where you feel, all right, you can pin your ears back and go after them, and then they buy time and convert on the play. Something that we definitely got to work on, especially going into this game.
Next question will come from Blair Toddy of BBC.
Hi, William. So first, I just want to say thank you for all the work you've done donating to cancer research. Cancer runs in my family, so thank you on a personal note for that. But I just want to ask you, you've been with the Buccaneers for a really long time, and you've seen those ups and downs, I'm sure. What changes have you really seen recently? And I mean, especially under the last 2 years under Coach Arians, and then with Tom Brady and everyone coming in, what changes have you seen in this team?
I would say a confidence, especially when BA came in last year, the confidence that we had going in with all of the coaching staffs and the defense that we were running from a defense perspective. And the leadership definitely changed a tad bit. Not to say that there are any new leaders or anything like that, but everybody took accountability for what they can do. Like it was job accountability from first day in with BA to now. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I saw change.
Next question will come from Nick Hamilton of Sirius XM 145.
Good morning, William. How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Great. Wanted to get your thoughts on just obviously every season is a new season. You have goals and visions of what you want this team to look like. What have you seen from this team from the time the season began to where you are right now? And how much has Tom Brady helped you all on defense as well?
Oh, just getting those points. If we get a turnover or we stop them on third down and make them punt, being able to convert or flip the field, they've been doing a great job with that special teams and Brady. But the biggest thing is the evolution with inside of the game plan and inside of the playbook, how much we have evolved from week 1 to now. It's a beautiful thing to me.
Next question will come from Tyler Cummins of Rebel Radio.
Hey, William. what role has JPP served not only for you, but the rest of the defense since his arrival in 2018?
He's a spark, without a doubt. He brings the juice and the energy. He's a relentless rusher, and he leads and he plays with emotion all the time. And that's a big thing because you need the juice to be able to be out there on defense.
Next question will come from Spencer Shanman of The Last Resort.
William, hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
I'm good. You've played in Tampa Bay for a while now, your entire NFL career. And out of all the 31 teams, Tom Brady chose to play in Tampa. So I just wanted to know, from your perspective, what makes Tampa Bay such a special place to live in and a special team to play for?
To live in, it's nothing better. We got blue skies and palm trees all the time. It's sunny Florida. But to be able to play with the Buccaneers organization, you know that they'll always take care of you and they'll put you in the best position to be successful on and off the field. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to stay here. Hopefully I stay here forever, but, you know, that's my biggest.
Next question will come from Kayla Santiago. Kayla?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. My question for you is, you're the first team in history to play on your home field. Does that give you guys an extra push, and what does that mean to the team?
I believe it'll give us a little bit of an advantage just to be juiced up and hyped up to know that we're at home, know that the whole Tampa is behind us and we're in the Super Bowl. As far as the team aspect, I don't think we're going to get too up or too down. We're just going to try to go in there and stay as smooth as we can and be as consistent as we can.
Next question will come from Leo Haggerty of It Sport Magazine.
Well, I had a chance to ask Warren Sapp out in San Diego before the Super Bowl. Describe in one word what it would be like to win the Super Bowl. He said immortality. Would you use the same word, or would you use another word, and why, if you won the Super Bowl?
Electric. If we won the Super Bowl here in Tampa Bay, playing for Tampa Bay, it would be electric. Because I know that the city will be juiced up until next year, without a doubt. Going into the season, I know we're going to sell out tickets. The fans are going to be amped. I think it's going to change the whole atmosphere.
Next question will come from James Palmer.
Well, what's it like when you see you break through the line and Patrick Mahomes just keeps going backwards? And it's just, it's 15 yards behind lines, but he still can make a play. What is those moments like there where you keep having him run the other direction, but he's still effective?
All I'm thinking is relax. Just relax. Upfield shoulder, relax. Stay relaxed. Because you get too juiced up, man. Like you say, he is mobile and he can throw. He can throw that thing about 70 yards easy on the run. So just being there, you got to stay relaxed and consistent, pursue, focus on your technique. You can't get too, I got the quarterback,
Next question will come from Sandra Weathers. Sandra?
Hey, William, could you just tell us about your donation to Moffitt Cancer Center and why it was so important to you personally, and what you've learned from Moffitt about how cancer impacts the Black community as a whole?
Well, I had the opportunity to donate $225,000 to Moffitt Cancer Foundation, specifically the George Hedgecombe Fund. The reason being is my father passed away, my uncle passed away, my mom has fought breast cancer, and I have another uncle who survived breast cancer. And the biggest thing about it is we are all African American and we're all Black. And when I was in the process of fighting with my father, it was a lot of lack of information and a lack of knowledge of the why and the how can we do this or how can we do that. And Moffitt came up with the program, and I definitely wanted to join in to be able to do more research when it comes to the minority communities, African Americans. And once I found out I can do it, I didn't hesitate and I just went for it.
Next question will come from Alejandro Martinez of Primero de Des.
Hi, William. Greetings from Mexico. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yesterday, I was publishing an article about players under the radar who couldn't make an impact on Sunday. So I'm asking you, and I put your name on that list. So I'm asking you, which impact you could make on Sunday against Chiefs offensive line who could not have their two starting tackles?
I think the biggest impact is to be able that I can make, that I can personally contribute, is to be the player that I've been this season. to be able to do my job to 100% of my ability and be able to be there when it's my time to make a play, to be able to make that play.
Next question will come from Federico Olvera.
Hello, William. Nice to meet you. Federico Olvera from Mexico City. Well, do you guys, in regards to the last question from my colleague, do you guys have practiced any strategy in regards that Kansas City has made some changes in the offensive line? And what are your feelings by arriving this Super Bowl? And if you win, how are you going to celebrate? Congratulations for being here.
Thank you. I can't. We have done a little couple of things here and there, but I won't be able to give that away because we still have to play. But yeah, it's definitely things that you have to do when it comes to placing the new offensive line and being able to face this offense in general. And I feel amazing being able to be to the Super Bowl and being able to play. And thanks for the compliment. Yeah.
Next question will come from Dylan Jesperson of TV Sports.
Hi, William. Congratulations to you and your guys for making it here.
Thank you.
We're located in Farmington Hills, Michigan, so we saw you guys. We saw you when you played at Michigan State. I wanted to know if there was any comparison. When you were at Michigan State, the Big Ten was kind of transitioning to more of spread offenses and mobile quarterbacks. How that time in Michigan State has helped you prepare for how the NFL has kind of transitioned to that kind of same mentality.
The speed that Indiana had, I think it was 2012. We played Indiana at Indiana, and it was me and Marcus out there on the edges. And the speed and intensity they were playing was at the NFL caliber. And being able to see that and then have to be able to transition through these 8 years, I think that's one of the things that really prepared me, like knowing that, okay, it can get fast out there. It's not just power ball where they running downhill. They spread you out to run it. They'll spread you out dinking, dunking screens, all of those things. And I think that's what that'll be able to person if they play Indiana.
Next question will come from Jake Malik of Sideline Sports. Jake, are you there? All right, we'll move on to our next question, which will come from Leron Massey. Leron?
Hey, how you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm good. So I just want to know, how do y'all plan on attacking an offensive line that has only given them 24 sacks on the year?
Got to be able to get the pressure. When we win our one-on-one rushes, when we have the opportunity to rush them one-on-one, you got to win your one-on-one. And not only win your one-on-one, but be able to contain Mahomes without scrambling and letting him make the play. If we can do those things, I think we'll be able to have some success.
Next question will come from Tantus Branham. Tantus, are you there?
Yes. Hi, William. Appreciate your time.
How you doing?
Good, man. I wanted to speak to you about your donation, and my father also passed from cancer, and my mother's also a breast cancer survivor. So I wanted to ask you, in terms of I see that your mother has volunteered and gotten involved in the Healthy Kids program. Could you speak to that and why it's important to her?
Well, I can give my opinion on it, but to me, my mom is a very, very strong woman, and she, like I said, she did survive breast cancer a few times, and her giving back is something that she taught me how to do when I was a kid. So it's nothing new, or it's not surprising at all that she's willing to give back and do certain things, especially for our youth. But I think it's just something that she was born with. The way she was raised and brought up, that's something that she would do. And no question or judgment about it, because that's the reason why I donate and do the things that I do.
We will head back to Leron Massey for the next question.
All right. So for my next question is, what is the biggest weakness that you think that your defensive line can exploit against the Chiefs' offensive line?
The weakness that they have, it's hard to say. We're both in the Super Bowl, but the things that we need to exploit, like I said before, in those one-on-one positions, I feel like I would take my defensive line against any defensive line, and I feel like we are one of the better units. As long as we win our one-on-one matchups, when we got the opportunity, if we make the plays that come to us, we should be able to do what we got to do up front.
Next question will come from Jake Malik of Sideline Sports.
Hey, William, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So you had a good season, but more importantly, your defensive line had, an unbelievable season. You guys were an incredible unit as a whole. Just talk to me about what it was that you guys did as a group that made you guys so formidable, because it seemed like you were easily the best all season.
Thank you for that. But I think it comes from Casey. The preparation that he has is the way that he prepares us, like as far as the knowledge of what we need to do, what we're going to see, all our keys and reads and the techniques that he teaches us. And then just us having the mindset to be able to come out there and be dominant, to be better than we were last year. And I feel like we accomplished that. Those are the two main factors right there.
Next question will come from Tantus Branham. Tantus?
Hey, William, I see your donation announcement was made. Was that purposely for Black History Month?
Without a doubt, it was purposely. For me, I feel like that was the perfect time to begin the Black History Month, to be able to show that I'm trying to do something for the Black community. So yeah, it was planned out just like that.
We will wait for our next question. Next question will come from James Palmer. James?
Well, have you guys talked about what the wait will be like on Sunday, at the hotel? And obviously you got some team stuff planned, but how you guys plan to spend your time and make sure you don't get antsy? Have you players talked about how you're going to go through that whole day on Sunday?
Just try to treat it like any game, even though it's not any other game, but we try to treat it like any other game. Staying there with the same mindset and focus, go over your notes, look at a little bit of film, just stay relaxed. Whatever you got to do to be loose and be ready for the game.
Great. We will wait for our next question. Next question will come from Tantus Branham.
William, could you express that what would your dad, think of you making this donation in terms, and helping out, and how long, just your feeling, speak on your feeling on that.
Well, I would assume that he'd be extremely proud of me, just because of the man that he wants me to be and the character that he instilled into me. As far as how I feel like it was something that's very important, to be able to provide the funds to do that research, to give other people who may be battling, or other people who don't know they'll be battling cancer, an opportunity to get more time. Because with the more research we know, the better prepared we'll be able to handle and fight the cancer. Because it's one of the hardest things in the world that I've ever had to go through. And yeah, I think I'm pretty sure he'll be proud of me. And I'm excited to be able to do it and be a catalyst.
Next question will come from Alec Lace of First Class Fatherhood.
Hey, William, what's doing? My show focuses on fatherhood and family life. I'm curious, how did becoming a father kind of change your perspective on life? And are you going to be going for the girl?
No, I'm not going. I am not going for the girl. I am done. But being a father definitely opened my eyes to the world. Once I became a father, once my kids became of age to talk to me, I definitely understood everything my mother and father were telling at me, and all of the emotions that I saw come from them. I saw it. The million questions you get, the why, the no's. It's the most exciting, and if you are prepared, it's the most beautiful experience you can feel, is to be a parent.
Next question will come from Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Will, congratulations. At what point this season, as soon as Brady signed on with the Bucs, I know fans believed that this team was going to the Super Bowl, but at what point did you feel or see a sign that you guys had the ability to get to this point, and it didn't surprise you that you're here?
I might have a biased opinion, to be honest with you. I already thought that from when OTAs, like when we found out we signed Brady, I was like, all right, now it's really possible. but from when they told us we couldn't do our OTAs and we had an opportunity, I seen how locked in everybody was when we had an opportunity to go over our plays, and I saw that, all right, everybody's working out, everybody's doing everything that they have to do, anything that they can do to be better. I was like, all right, we got it. We can do it. We're going to do it.
As a reminder to media, we have 10 minutes left in this availability. Next question will come from Joshua Allen of the Bucs Report.
Hey, how are we doing today, William?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. As one of the longest tenured Buccaneers, you haven't gone to the playoffs until this year. What was it like when you guys punched the ticket and you're in the playoffs, and then you keep driving through these games? You beat the Saints, you beat the Packers, and now you're in the. What was the range of emotions that you went through there? And then also being that unsung Richard Seymour type on this defense, where you might not get all the stats and all the glory, but you always do the dirty work. How does that feel? And how does just speak on that for me a little bit?
Well, I'm a lunch pail type of player, what I'm saying? Bring your hard hat to work, you got to get your job done type of guy. But as far as the emotion and what I felt after every game is basically what's next. Are we won that one? What do we have to do next to be able to win? Because you got to find a way to win. It wasn't an easy task to be able to go up against those teams. We're all great to be able to get to the playoffs. Basically, it's just what's next? What can I do next? What can I do better? What can I do? What can I do to be better? What can I do to help the team? And I think that's what everybody was thinking. And we've achieved the accessibility to get to the Super Bowl. And we just got 4 more quarters to see what we're going to do.
Next question will come from Karita Parks of Double Take Sports.
Hi, William. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Just kind of piggybacking on the fact that you have been with the organization for a long time, being drafted by them, more of a big picture question. What would you say has factored into the evolution of this team into a Super Bowl contender?
It's bringing the right guys around, making sure the locker room was a healthy atmosphere. If I can say that, if that makes any sense. The type of players and the type of guys that we have on the team all are about their business and all are prepared to do whatever it takes to be able to go out there and give their all on Sunday. And I feel like having those type of guys in the locker room, the unselfish type, we've been able to make that culture to be able to get here.
Next question will come from Mark Cook. Mark.
Hey, Will, congratulations, man, on you guys getting here. Miss seeing you guys in the locker room this year, but hopefully we'll get back to normal next fall, man. You've been here a long time, as Josh was saying, and you've been through a lot of defensive coordinators, but really a lot of defensive line coaches as well. Talk about Coach Rodgers and some of the things that he's helped you do and where he kind of ranks as far as a professional coach for you.
I think Coach Rodgers is definitely in my top 2 coaches. He might be, I don't want to say it right now, he might be the best coach that I had as far as the defensive line aspect. But the range of my game has definitely changed, and I feel like you can see it when it comes to film. From being able to prepare, understanding blocking techniques and assignments, understanding the defense in general, the whys, the wins, and the hows, I feel like slowed down the game immensely for me. And I feel it's been able to let me play to my strengths and my techniques. And I feel like he pulled that out of me for sure.
Next question will come from Adam Barton of 99 Yards.
Obviously, it's been a long time since the Buccaneers were in the playoffs. Has anything really changed in terms of how the teams approached their game plan, or since making the playoffs compared to the regular season?
Well, since the time that I've been here, a lot has changed. Like what was said before, we had a lot of different coaches, a lot of different, defensive line coaches, but the preparation and the attention to detail that the defensive staff comes up, because I can only speak on the defensive part, is phenomenal. It's totally different from what I've experienced before on certain things.
Next question will come from Chris Cuff of 24 Flicks.
Hey, William, thank you for the time. Just wanted to congratulate you on your donation and thank you for doing it specifically on Black History Month. I wanted to ask you twofold. I mean, yeah, you guys are home for the Super Bowl, which is historical. So how's the home cooking helped you out getting ready for this game? But also, what kind of extra distractions do you have being at home for this big game?
Well, I can attest to my family of how much of a wonderful job they do, like the whole season, to make sure that the distractions are to a minimum. the home cooking's always good. My baby cooks the best meals in the world, and I'm glad that she cooks them for me. But I haven't had any distractions. I just know it's a lot of excitement. The thing I focus on the most is these next 4 quarters, because they're the most important quarters of the season.
Next question will come from Lorenz.
Hello, William. This is a question from Belgium, actually, from a couple thousand miles away. I would just like to know, this year was obviously different with the COVID situation, the testing. How did that, maybe just for me, compare the two, or this year to other years that you had with the organization in the NFL, and maybe just how does it stack up with your rookie year, being a young father at that point, or getting into the NFL and getting into fatherhood at the same time? How does this year compare to the other year in toughness and just getting into all of that?
The rookie year was definitely way harder, just because you don't know what to expect, or you overthink certain things because you are a rookie. But this year, the COVID test and everything, I feel like COVID really, it kind of helped in a sense to take away the BS, if you say, excuse my language, but the BS of the game, as far as the distractions, because there's no way to be distracted, because you have to stay on regiment. You have to you can't do certain things. So you really got the time to focus on family and focus on football, which are at that time the most important things that you got going on. And it was easier to focus with COVID going on, because it was certain things that you couldn't do that you regularly do that would distract you.
Next question will come from Chris Ryan of WGIR. Chris?
Hey, William, a lot of discussion obviously about Tom Brady going into this game, but I feel like there's a lot of folks sleeping on this defense, particularly the front seven, of which you are a part. Can you talk about the dynamic that this defense could play in the game? And also, look at David and White. Those guys hit seemingly really hard. And what impact do you think that has on the opposition?
I'm glad that everybody's sleeping, and it's perfectly fine with us on defense. Just got to be able to, when the lights come on, show what we got to do. As far as everybody else, I know that the guys that are next to me and behind me are totally and perfectly prepared for this game. We're doing everything that we can possibly do to be ready. And it's okay for everybody to sleep. It's nothing wrong with that.
Next question will come from Jonathan Adams of Heavy.com.
Hey, good afternoon. Coach Arians has talked a lot this week just how Tom Brady has changed the expectation level perhaps in the organization. And I'm curious on the defense, has that rubbed off at all? Do you guys feel like you're playing with more swagger on defense, even though you guys were always known kind of as a defensive team, even before Tom got there?
We just knew that as long as we did everything that we could possibly do to get the ball in the offense hands, that they'll be able to do something with it. Make sure that we keep the opposing team from scoring as many points as possible. Give it to our offense, and anything is possible. We can do anything.
Next question will come from Susie Colbert. Susie?
Hey there. Coach Rogers was talking about, even he was surprised that the leading QB hit guys weren't the outside rushers. It was his inside guys. What's the competition level like just among you guys? Like, what's the trash talk like? And then especially for a game like this.
It's just a lot of trash talk going amongst each other. We definitely pull each other to pull the dog out of us all the time. You know what I'm saying? When it's competing, because everybody in our room or on the defensive line, everybody on the front seven can get to the quarterback. And to be able to have the type of caliber guy, I personally try to compete against Sue all the time, and everything. Like the little kid brother, I try to compete with him on everything when it comes to knowing the playbook to getting to the quarterback. And just having those guys around to be able to absorb energy off of and hopefully give energy to is an amazing thing. But it's cool having the two interior guys lead in quarterback hits.
Next question will come from Matt Matera of the Pewter Report.
Hey, Will, congrats on all the success this year and making it to the Super Bowl. You just talked about the competition that you guys have on defense, but I think what makes your defense so special too is that you guys all play for one another and you're ready to put it on the line for each guy on the defense. Can you just talk a little bit about the camaraderie that you guys have that have helped get you guys to the next level?
It's definitely a brotherhood over there. We look at each other as brothers or family without a doubt, without a question. Even outside of football, we can call on each other for anything, and knowing that and having that type of trust and that type of bond, you definitely can know that no matter what. I know that the guy next to me got my back, and he knows I got his back, and it's easier to play with and for a guy like that.
We are at time today for today's media availability. Thank you for participating, everyone, and we will see you later. Have a good afternoon.